The playoff buzz on Monday came from the Hive in Charlotte. His first playoff appearance in front of the home folks, and a memorable one it was. Charlotte by 30, Hornets 2-1. 48 hours after giving up the home court edge, the Rockets got it back in L.A. The Clippers fell behind 2-1, and once again, Hakeem was the reason. Number 34 had 32. The numbers game continues tonight. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks look for a 3-0 sweep at Reggie's house in Indy. While the heavyweight bout featuring Sean Kemp and Karl Malone tied 1-1 moves to Salt Lake. Here on TNT, a dynamite doubleheader. The Hawks are on the ropes. Down 0-2, but home for Game 3. Michael Jordan and the Bulls go for the knockout in Atlanta. Chicago's first-round performance has been nothing but championship caliber. And then it's on to the Great Western Forum for what could be the Great Western upset. The Lakers delivered a Game 1 wake-up call to Phoenix, and the Suns still haven't answered it. If they continue to sleep, we're talking sweep. If you think you're seeing double, you are. A playoff doubleheader on TNT. Well, it's not often that Michael Jordan is the opening act for the headliner, but that's pretty much the case tonight as we bring you another playoff doubleheader on TNT. Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. The Bulls have come south to try and close out the Hawks in 3 straight, but the game of the night comes up later. Can the Lakers continue their remarkable run in the first round with a sweep of the Suns? Back with me tonight, Miami Heat head coach Kevin Lockery. Let's talk about the Hawks and Bulls first. Chicago has a purpose. They want some rest.
A definite purpose. It's almost unfair to give Chicago an extra purpose to win a series, but I think if they can sweep the Hawks, they'll get good rest for the next series and continue on possibly to the championship. So it's important for Chicago to sweep.
Trying to take care of business tonight. Now, how about Phoenix? What's happened to this high-octane offense?
You got to give the Lakers an awful lot of credit. They've been able to control the entire tempo of the series, holding the high-scoring Phoenix Suns to 92 points a game. That's incredible. Which
brings up the matter of point differential. And there's a theory that in the playoffs, you got to match what you did in the regular. Look at this, Coach.
21 points less than they averaged during the regular season. That's almost unheard of. They're going to have to score up to 115 points the rest of the series if they're going to win this series.
In the Eastern Conference, only 2 teams have bettered their regular season mark, Chicago, New York, and by golly, both of those teams have 2-0 leads. As the night goes on, we'll keep you updated on the Knicks and Pacers. New York up 2-0, as we said. And it's pivotal Game 3 of the Sonics-Jazz series. They're 1-1 as they move to Salt Lake City. The coach and I will be back at halftime, might even crank up that bonus coverage machine. But straight ahead, we'll tip off our playoff doubleheader with the Bulls and the Hawks. Mike and Neek comes up next.
The Omni in Atlanta. This is Game 3 of the Round 1 series between the defending world champion Chicago Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls, the 2nd seed in the East, the Hawks, the 7th seed. During the regular season, these two teams played to a 2-games-apiece tie, and most people thought it would be an early test for the defending champion Chicago Bulls, who did not really breeze through the season heading into the playoffs. However, they have demolished Atlanta by 24 and 15 points respectively. And Hubie, give us a thumbnail of why the Bulls are playing so well.
Well, I think first of all, Bob, they've definitely shifted gears. Cartwright and Paxson both averaging 11 points. This is something which they did not have during the season. As you look at the field goal shooting, 49 is solid, but the three-point shooting, they've already made 11 threes in this series, getting them on the fast break in the corners. Offensive rebound, a monster, 20 a game. Now, the assists, that shows unselfish play. In the NBA, 28 assists, you're having a great night. Look at the Hawks. That's one-on-one basketball with only 15.
Now, in March, the Atlanta Hawks went 12-3 and were an outstanding basketball team. They slumped in April, and Blaylock and Willis and Wilkins, who look like their big three, have not been getting it together. Is there a way for the Hawks to beat the Bulls, and if so, how?
Yeah, I believe so, but they must come out tonight and play with passion for the game. Their frontline people must take care of the defensive boards. Wilkins and Willis cannot continue to shoot 42% while taking over half of the team's shots. Then tonight, how about Blaylock on Michael Jordan early? This should cause some chess moves here at both ends of the floor. I'm looking for the guards to apply more pressure on the Chicago guards, because up until now, the 5 Chicago guards have 0 turnovers in 2 games. Unheard of.
And I might remind you that in the last 3 games of the regular season, the Bulls were on the road. They needed the win for the home court advantage. They went 0-3 on the road. The Bulls are on the road here tonight. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this. Bob Neal and Hubie Brown with you from the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, tonight's Jeep Eagle starting matchups on the open, Hubie. You talked about Mookie Blaylock being assigned defensively to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, this is going to cause some problems for the Hawks because they're going to have to help out on the post-ups. But the Wilkins-Pippen is also key. Can Wilkins disrupt Pippen and catch him in the transition game in the open floor?
John Koncak starts at center against Bill Cartwright. Cartwright has come back strong after being injured much of the season. John Koncak has been a disappointment in the playoffs. Armstrong is playing very well. Stacey Augmon has disappeared in terms of his defensive intensity, so he's off Jordan and on B.J. Armstrong. Phil Jackson, who's won the title both ways with the New York Knicks and with the Chicago Bulls as the head coach. Bobby Weiss, all that he reads in the papers here is that his job is in jeopardy. He said the toughest thing for him is to focus, and that's what he's on, is to focus and to deal with this situation with the Hawks down 0-2, and his basketball team has not been helping out much in the first 2 games of this series.
You can see game 1 that offensive boards killed them, and then also Wilkins and Willis getting in early foul trouble. Willis only playing 7 minutes in the first half. Game 2, the turnovers, especially with Mookie Blaylock coming up with 9, and the majority of them were in the open floor, where if they only made, say, 6 of the 9, they were in the ball game.
We're ready for the tip-off at the Omni in Atlanta. They are expecting about 15,000 in the arena tonight. It seats about 16,500. Darryl Garrettson, Hugh Hollins, and Lee Jones, a veteran officiating crew here for the Chicago Bulls, who have swept their first-round playoff opponents the last 2 years on their way to World Championship rings, and they are leading the Atlanta Hawks 2-0 with the first game on the road. Willis and Cartwright to jump it at center, and we are underway. Blaylock comes away with the ball. It's Blaylock and Augmon at the guards for Atlanta.
See, Augmon, who has been averaging 16 points a game during the season, is only getting 10. They need him to have a good night.
Augmon misses the perimeter. Contact with a rebound. Tried to take it back inside. Back to Kevin Willis. Dominique Wilkins leaning in. Hawks missed their first 2 shots. Out of bounds to Chicago. Hawks went 0 for 8 on Sunday when they opened up, getting some offensive rebounds, but couldn't knock the shots down.
Well, it'll be interesting right now to see what they'll do as soon as they see that Blaylock is on Jordan. And they always like to open up going into Billy Cartwright to test the defense. No double teaming.
The first thing they did is put Jordan underneath the hoop, but Cartwright gets the basket, and Bill Cartwright has hardly missed here in the playoffs.
And it's nice to see him healthy, Bob.
Dominique Wilkins defended by Scottie Pippen. Willis looking for the jump hook in the lane. John Koncak misses the tip in, and the Hawks are 0 for 4.
Big thing now, transition defense. They must get back, try to eliminate the easy layups.
Augmon on Pippen. Here is Blaylock on Jordan, who goes for the 3. And buries it.
From Marietta. He shot that from Marietta, okay? I mean, that was at least 6 feet behind the 3-point line.
Oh, my. Hits one from half court on Sunday. Michael Jordan having a great playoffs, even by his standards. Hawks inside. And Stacey Augmon from Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock had 9 turnovers on Sunday. He needs to get in this game at point guard if the Hawks are to stay in. It's 5-2 Chicago.
Now you could see Michael Jordan went for the double team that time. He is their designated double team guy. So you must be able to find Augmon, but Augmon must create the passing lanes.
Cartwright inside against John Koncak. Shot clock down to 5. Grant with 4 on the shot clock. Rebound, Kevin Willis.
Nice pressure that time by Dominique from the rear. If you look up the floor, you had an advantage.
Blaylock penetrating. Shoots about a foot. It must be a strong breeze around the hoop.
That was the door that opened up.
Jordan misses the 3 this time. Koncak with his 2nd rebound in a row.
Now that's nice to see because he's getting in traffic and going nice move.
Into Willis. It's 5-4 Bulls.
Good head fake that time by Kevin. Once again, you saw Michael Jordan going for the double team.
Now Wilkins on B.J. Armstrong defensively. Augman on Pippen.
Yeah. Now they have Jordan in the post-up area. It's interesting. They passed them up.
Going to have a foul on the shot. That's on Kevin Willis.
Cardinal rule of all defense: never foul a jump shooter. Right. Make the guy shoot the 50% to beat you. Don't put him on the line where he should be shooting 70 or 80%, and the points add up there in the course of the evening.
Of course, there's Horace Grant, who is struggling at the free throw line this year. He buries these as I say that.
Well, it's interesting because he's had a wonderful year on the offensive boards. He's averaged 4+, right behind Dennis Rodman. The Bulls are the #1 offensive rebounding team in the league, and he's backed it up in the first 2 games. He's averaging 5.
Grant, the 62% shooter, misses 1 out of 2, but Cartwright gets the easy offensive rebound. And the Bulls set up their offense again, leading at 6-4. Now Augman on Jordan, and he travels with the ball. When is the last time you saw traveling called on Michael?
Well, hold on. That's their first turnover by a guard in 3 games. First turnover.
Amazing. 9 minutes to go, first quarter. 2-point Bulls lead. Hawks trying to defend their home court. Down 2 games to none. Wilkins pull-up double clutch. He was fouled by Pippen.
To me, the floor looks like it's slippery. Today, the Chicago Bulls came in at 10 a.m. and refused to work out. All they did was shoot. No running, absolutely 0 running because the floor was slippery. And already this evening, we've seen 3 guys fall down as they're trying to make a quick move.
No question about it, it is slippery. They were commenting about it prior to the game.
Because we do have ice underneath it. The Atlanta Flames minor league team, the Atlanta minor league hockey team, still in operation right now in the playoffs.
They call them the Nightmare on Peachtree Street. By the way, they've done very well. Yeah,
yes,
they're averaging about 9,000 a game here in the International Hockey League.
They have a young team and they play really hard and they get after it. Now here's Michael posted up, all right, and they're looking down inside. What they want is a zone call because everybody's laying back off trying to help out Mookie Blaylock.
3 seconds. Michael Jordan's turnaround. Yes, and the foul.
As you can see, if you're going to send a double teamer from the opposite side of the floor, he will never get there in time. Now just keep an eye on this. Michael, they're calling for the ball. Michael wants it dumped in. Now the double teamer had to come from the other side of the lane. Michael will be shooting open shots all night.
Blaylock picks up his first foul of the night. 6 points for Michael Jordan, leading all scorers in the game. Nobody else with more than 2. It is 9-6 Bulls.
They need to make that extra pass in this first quarter to get confidence.
Dominique Wilkins from way outside. He was on the line. That is a 2-point field goal, but Dominique was on the 3-point line. Jordan has tried 2 threes already in this game with the shorter Mookie Blaylock on him. Jordan going down to post up now. Horace Grant left uncovered from 17 feet, and Horace Grant has 3.
You cannot continue to give them these open jump shots, from 15 to 17. They'll just knock them in on you all night long because they're all high percentage shooters.
Chicago 4 out of 6 so far. Kevin Willis trouble handling the ball, and he steps out of bounds.
Well, Kevin's upset, so he thinks that he got bumped. But Kevin must read the double team tonight. There is no team that gets to you on the double team quicker than Chicago. And when they come at you, you must read it and find the free people.
Bulls 11-8. 7:32 to go. First quarter from the Omni in Atlanta. Game 3 of the first round playoff series. Bill Cartwright spins into the paint. Rebound Willis.
Good pressure that time by Contact.
Good pass from Blaylock.
Nice.
To Wilkins to Augman.
I don't even know how he saw that pass. That was a shovel pass, not a bounce pass. Very difficult to pick up. Good hands by Augman.
I don't know if we've seen that good. There's the foul on Stacey Augman. That good of interior passing by Atlanta in this whole series.
The fact that he was looking for him was a key. Now just watch right now as he steps inside. See a nice little wrap. Good move by Augman. Opened up that passing lane.
And it's a 1-point game. 11-10. Bulls. 7 minutes to go first quarter. Wilkins on Armstrong. Jordan down low on Mookie Blaylock. That's going to be tough if they can get him the ball on the block.
Well, you see, you're trying to put pressure on the passer, and then that leaves Michael inside.
Michael driving now, stripped away. Nicely done by Ogman.
Look
to Blaylock. Wilkins is over on his wing, down the middle to Kevin Willis, and that's going to be a foul on Bill Cartwright.
That would have been a crime if that was called an offensive foul. Cartwright was back in low. Excellent call by the Lee Jones. You had a 4-on-1, and that's what we must see tonight on Atlanta's behalf. Get it out and go. Buttoning up your defense. You're going to see, you do a nice job defensing. Now, once the ball comes out, you must know where your help situation is. So get up tight and force Grant to put the ball on the floor. You're letting a 51% shooter shoot the ball in your face. That will not get it done. He can hit that shot.
Horace Grant, who put it down, has 3 points. Michael Jordan has 8 to lead all scorers. Dominique Wilkins 4 points early. 6:38 to go in the first quarter from the Omni. The Bulls lead it by 3. However, Kevin Willis will go to the free throw line after the foul on Bill Cartwright.
You know, talking to Bobby Weiss today, he said it's not so much that they're dominating us. He said it's just that we have not put together a good game. We feel that we are really capable of playing much better, and it always comes down to that word, execution.
Willis, a 65% free throw shooter, gets 1 out of 2. It's a 2-point Bulls lead.
Well, from game 1, they're 100% improved as far as the boards at both ends of the floor.
Game 1, what was that? 62-27, 62-28. Jordan misses the jumper. Koncak.
There you go. You have 4 on 3 now. You have to make it happen.
Ogman dishes off to Dominique Wilkins, blocked from behind by Grant. The tip in by Willis.
All right, that was a terrific move by Wilkins. A great head fake and then a nice follow-up.
Tied at 13. Bill Cartwright against Koncak. An elbow. The double dribble. It's a turnover. Atlanta ball.
I see, that to me is not a travel. You can dribble with alternating hand. And what that was a loose ball. It should not have been a turnover.
Mookie Blaylock, defended by B.J. Armstrong. Tied at 13. Hawks looking for their first lead. Wilkins kicks it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Ogman blows by Jordan. Bulls trail in the game for the first time, 15-13.
Well, Michael Guest and Stacy beat him with that long step.
Pippen, who struggled in this series, still playing on that sore ankle, hits an open Grant. Koncak was in there to stop the first shot, but Grant with the offensive board.
Well, Ogman never made a move to get to that glass, and you've got to help Koncak out, because Koncak, this is the most active that we have seen him in the 3 games.
Kevin Willis double team. Good catch by Wilkins. 10 on the shot clock. That's a 3, but he hits the side.
Look out, long.
Pippen could have been fouled on that, as Blaylock was the only defender back.
In this series, any time that you launch a 3 or close to a 3, the man guarding the guy who shot the ball takes off. That was Pippen. He was on Wilkins. You've got to recognize that and get back.
Hawks now with 8 seconds on the shot clock, trailing 17-15. Into Willis, double team, open man Ogman. Koncak offensive board. Knocked out of bounds by Koncak.
Well, you can see by design, they are diving Ogman from the top down inside. That's leaving Koncak open because the Bulls are rotating to pick him up. Now, that's going to be there. Let's see if they can exploit that weakness of the Bulls' defense.
Atlanta out-rebounding Chicago early, 9-5. However, they've missed some offensive opportunities. Bullet pass from Jordan to Cartwright. Doesn't go down. That's the 10th Atlanta rebound.
Now they have numbers again, 4 on 3.
Mookie Blaylock wanted the 3. Outstanding Bulls defense. Ogman gets inside. He misses Willis. It's slapped away. That'll be goaltending. Counted. It was raked across the top of the rim. So counted for Atlanta, and we're tied at 17 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Wait a second here now. We have something. We have Darryl Garrettson calling something.
There may be a change in the call. They're calling a foul on Bill Cartwright. goaltending.
And goaltending.
So it'll be a three-point opportunity for Kevin Willis.
Right now, you have to really be impressed. Now, right here, you're going to see as it comes down. Here's your strong move, all right? And they're saying that the ball was on its way down, which was questionable. And then you have the foul off to the side.
Kevin Willis converts the three-pointer. And Kevin has 8 points to match Michael Jordan for leading scorer in this ballgame.
The Hawks are very much alive at their offensive end of the floor.
Foul against Atlanta underneath the hoop. It's on Stacey Augmon. That'll be his second personal. Cartwright, by the way, has 2 fouls for Chicago. And we're going to get an early substitution for Atlanta now. Paul Snoop Graham comes in for Augmon.
Well, the big thing here right now is Snoop Graham has got to be as active cutting through on these double teams and make himself available for the passes the way Augmon did.
This is interesting. Snoop Graham did not even play in the game at all on Sunday, and he's an early substitution here.
Nice.
Michael Jordan spins and sees Cartwright on the weak side.
Wow, that guy's coming from the other side of the lane. Michael could take all day and find it.
Jordan and Pippen both go down. And we've got an offensive foul on Dominique Wilkins. His first.
Now, for all of you guys out there who don't think that you should have to be able to work when you're an offensive player, look at that shot block. Michael is averaging 5.5 assists a game, 6.5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in the series.
Walk in the park. Pippen gets inside of Wilkins. 10 on the shot clock for the Bulls. Now the switch with Contact. Contact punched it away. Down to 5. Jordan against Blaylock. There's the double team. Got there late.
Well, it's been late all through this quarter. I mean, he's just shooting as if he's playing horse by himself. No way can Mookie Blaylock. I would like to see Mookie Blaylock front him. Let's see them make the lob passes, because now you can get help from the other side of the lane.
Blaylock pulls up from 19. He hits his jumper. Blaylock can be an excellent perimeter shooter, and he has been close to a star player for Atlanta since the trade from New Jersey, but has had a miserable, by his own definition, series here against the Bulls. There's the double team on Grant. Jordan for 3. Rebound, Paul Graham. Bulls not getting a lot of early offensive rebounds. Graham tipped it in. First he was left alone. Everybody anticipated the pass. When it didn't go, Snoop Graham got up for the tip in, and it's 22-21. Atlanta leading by 1.
I honestly believe that no one thought he was going to take that shot. Even me. I thought he was going to dribble out on the other side.
Atlanta with 7 early offensive rebounds. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Hawks have taken the lead on the unusual Snoop Graham offense.
Now just keep an eye on this. They honestly thought he was going all the way, and then he surprises them by missing it, but then he's right up in traffic. In game 1, that would have been white shirts also, except the game was played in Chicago. They just dominated with their 27 offensive boards, and they scored so many points we stopped counting.
And tonight, the Atlanta Hawks 7-2, leading the Bulls on the offensive boards. Snoop Graham, by the way, has not scored in this series until just then. Tucker and Purdue in for Chicago. Cartwright has 2 personals, goes to the bench for the Bulls. Purdue's been playing about 19 minutes a game, is averaging 5 offensive rebounds a game.
Oh, he's done a terrific job. The Bulls' second unit running roughshod over the Hawks' second unit.
Bulls turnover off Scottie Pippen. That's 4 Bulls turnovers.
Now, Concac has knocked loose 3 balls that have all resulted in good turnovers.
This is how John Concac played in the month of March for the Atlanta Hawks when they went 12-3. Bobby Weiss was NBA Coach of the Month.
Now they're playing 2-man basketball.
Deflected by Pippen, 8 on the shot clock.
What they're trying to do is to keep 3 guys high above the foul line on the opposite side of the floor. And then they're playing 2-man basketball with Wilkins and Campbell on the right side.
5 seconds. Dominique Wilkins has to force it up. Goes after his own shot. What an effort by Dominique Wilkins. He has 6 points.
Scottie Pippen wants to know the number of that truck that went right over the top end.
Wilkins struggling, however, percentage-wise. He's 2 for 7. Purdue finds the open man. It's Tucker for 3.
See, that's been killing them throughout this series. It's really hurt. The opposite diagonal pass as well as on the fast break.
Snoop Graham has his 4th point early in this game. Hawks by 2.
Now, he's capable, Bob. During the year, he's put up some good numbers for this team.
Minute 8 remaining in the first quarter. Foul on Koncak as he slaps the wrist of Purdue. That's the 5th team foul. Purdue will go to the free throw line. Purdue is shooting 60% there, which for him is up.
Now you look at the offense, the triangle offense of Chicago in this first quarter. There's Dominic Levin. He's playing with, you know, sheer hustle at both ends of the floor. He's not hot right now, but then again, he's a streak shooter. Outside of Michael Jordan scoring over the top of Blaylock, the rest of these guys are having a very difficult time. In game 1 and 2, we have not seen any type of intense defense. Tonight, we're seeing it here by the Hawks.
Minute 2 to go in the first quarter. Atlanta up 26-24. Purdue cuts it to 1. Some pressure from the Bulls.
Oh, they're looking at you now in a 1-2-1-1 zone trap. Now you must get over the top of it and, you know, make it pay the price. Look for the score.
Dwayne Farrell checked in for Dominique Wilkins. Here's Willis against Purdue. Backing in, short jump hook. He's within about 5 feet.
Yeah, that was Keefe and Grant. We're all tied up there. And it looked like a little bit of that wrestling that we used to have here in Atlanta on WTBS.
Exactly. Used to be our best program till the NBA, and that wrestling dropped down a little bit. Trent Tucker misses the 3 this time. Willis keeps it alive. Back into Horace Grant. Purdue hard to the hoop. He's fouled by Adam Keefe.
Strong move that time by Purdue. He's really maturing and coming a long way. Now just keep an eye on this. As this shot goes up, look to the left of your screen. You're seeing now Keefe's trying to get inside, and Grant's telling him right now, look, man, you know, you just can't grab me and throw me out. But with the new foul situation, if throwing a punch, all right, and even if you miss, you're automatically suspended for 1 game. All right, we have some very strict rules for this playoff.
The man who levies those fines is in attendance here at this game. Rod Thorne with the NBA, as is the commissioner, David Stern. In attendance here in Atlanta tonight. Purdue 1 out of 2 once again at the line. It is 28-26 Hawks. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You must pay attention to Will Purdue. He is he's very physical, and he's constantly crashing the offensive board. So you've got to pay attention and block him out.
Shot clock and game clock are almost parallel here, so the Hawks will look for that last shot. There's the double team. Blaylock looking for somebody. He's going to have to take it himself. Look at that tip by Farrell. As the shot clock went off, there's 0.3 seconds left in the quarter. Farrell gets the hoop, and the Hawks lead at the end of the first quarter here in Atlanta, 30-26. Good effort by Dwayne Farrell.
Just keep a look at the left of your screen. He's coming right down the lane right now. Time that beautifully.
And the Hawks are out-rebounding the Chicago Bulls 15-6 in quarter number 1. Commissioner of the National Basketball Association, David Stern.
Great first quarter, Bob, by the Hawks. You know, there's a difference in this game, and it's in the amount of shot attempts. Atlanta has 27, Chicago 18. You say, where's the difference? The difference is on the offensive board. Atlanta has 9 offensive rebounds.
Now some substitutions. Scott Williams, John Paxson, Trent Tucker, Will Purdue, and Michael Jordan on the floor for the Bulls. It's Graham, Steve Henson, Adam Keefe, Willis, and Farrell for Atlanta. Farrell on Jordan. Got a hand in his face.
Yes, he did. See, this group right now, they've got to understand who they're going to and get some markers up there.
Farrell takes Jordan inside and lays it in. 4 early points for Dwayne Farrell. 6-point lead in the game for Atlanta.
Isn't it interesting how easy they're getting off shots down, close to the basket?
Go figure.
I'm amazed.
Inside to Scott Williams. Foul away from the ball. It's on Dwayne Farrell holding Jordan as Michael flashed into the paint. That's the first one on Farrell. One way to defend him, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You put one arm around him, you give him that hugging, a little bit like that Texas two-step.
Paxson back down to Jordan now. Farrell and Jordan same height. That's deflected by Willis.
When you come on a double team, you come with your arms up.
Trying to go to Jordan again. There's the double team. Late to get there, but the pass intercepted by Kevin Willis. Steve Henson out of Kansas State with the ball.
The first one was deflected by Willis. The second one, Keith got his arms up. Michael could not see the cutter.
Adam Keith pounding inside, and he's fouled down there. They're going to call him for an offensive foul.
Good call.
He got his arm around.
What he did was he lowered that shoulder. Just keep an eye on this now. You're going to see it. It's not now. It's not now. It's right there. Boom. Good call.
Yeah,
good call.
Absolutely.
Now, if that was David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, or somebody like that.
No, that's their game.
That's right.
It's got to be in your game, or it'll be called. Scott Williams against Adam Keith. Adam gives away about 4 inches of height on Scott.
Main thing for this unit is to go to the key scorers, get on the offensive board, spend some time so that when the first group comes back that you do not lose any ground. Gotta get the spot up now. They're going to double team him.
Kevin Willis, who started the second quarter with 10 points and 4 rebounds, misses. Hawks lead it by 4. Into Purdue against Willis. Nice. Spun right into the double team. It was Paul Graham. Good idea. He misses Dwayne Farrell on the break.
On Farrell's behalf, though, Michael Jordan was between Farrell and the ball, and he could honestly not see that pass.
Hawks have led by 6. Chicago's biggest lead, 5. Purdue tried to pass it to Williams. Williams never got it. Now the Hawks break off again. Purdue with the block. Scott Williams on the run. Look at the speed. He's 7 feet tall.
Oh, boy.
Now there's an athlete. Yeah. 7 feet, 270 pounds, and Scott Williams raced down the floor like a small forward.
Now just keep an eye on this. You had a 4-on-2. You end up with a shot block. And now Scott Williams is saying, we used to do this drill at North Carolina, and I'm taking you to the glass. First thing that you teach your rookie guys is you take the guy down. You do not allow him to get it up to his shoulders.
It's the third game in the first round series between the Bulls and the Hawks. 2-point Atlanta lead with 9:29 to go in the first half. Coming up next, we'll have the Lakers and Suns. How about it? Hubie, I know you're not totally shocked by the fact the Lakers are playing Phoenix pretty well.
Well, I think that they have a lot of talent, and what they've done is they've played perfect basketball, and you can see right there Charles Barkley is struggling from a shooting percentage-wise, and then their potent three-point game, they are 2 for 19 in threes. So anytime that you live by the sword, you die by the sword if you're not knocking them down. And you got to give the Lakers credit. Every time the shot clock seems to be at 1, somebody hits a 20-foot jump shot.
Scott Williams, who's been instant low-post offense for the Bulls off the bench, has 5 points in about a minute of play here. 32-31 Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins back into the ballgame. Down to Farrell, gets Williams airborne. Pulls Purdue away and lays it in. Dwayne Farrell, 6 points early.
Now we have a couple of guys out here in this game. Graham, Farrell, and then Williams on the other side. 3 guys that were not drafted, and they've made their way into this league and making big contributions on playoff teams.
Graham on Michael Jordan. They isolate the side. Michael's pull-up baseline jumper. Michael has 12, his first points of the second quarter. It's a 1-point Atlanta lead. Steve Henson and Farrell at the guards for Atlanta, with Willis and Wilkins up front, along with Paul Graham.
Pippen is doing an excellent job on Wilkins. He's all over him, and he's making the catch of the pass almost impossible.
Wilkins for 3. comes Jordan. Hawks have 4 white jerseys back. Jordan's going to go to the hoop anyway. Wave off the basket, fouled before. As he put it back on the floor again. Stacey Augmon about to check back in for Paul Graham.
Well, that wasn't all that bad. I'd rather see him foul him if I'm Bobby Weiss. Make them take the ball out on the side. Don't let him get down below the foul line, because once he elevates, it's going to be a 3-point play.
Blaylock back in for Steve Henson with 8:17 remaining in the first half of play. Atlanta leading it by a point. Bulls ball.
Here comes Paxson around a stagger.
Blaylock on Paxson now as we check the matchups. We got a foul against Farrell holding Pippen.
Well, they're not going to allow you to root the player out this year with your thigh. And that's exactly what Farrell tried to do. Now just watch his leg. Watch how he tries to root him out. See? And they're not going to let that happen. That or the 2 hands in the lower back.
Jordan bullet pass inside to Williams. Tipped in by Purdue.
I see Willis is all upset because Purdue came over his back. Hey, that's Purdue's game. He's famous for that. He's got those long arms, and he's not afraid to sacrifice his body.
1-point Bulls lead. Dominique Wilkins forced the shot. Rebound Scott Williams. Dominique is only 2 of 9 from the floor. Purdue sees the lane open. Big power jam by Will Purdue.
Gotta watch out now.
Purdue has 6 points.
I like this right now. Good timeout.
Yeah.
Just don't let them get out to a 5 to 7 point lead. Get a little confidence. Call a timeout. Stop it. Come back with a set play and get a score. Time that you play the Bulls, you have to be concerned about their front court people running long. Now this is Purdue. Here is his man, Kevin Willis, right there. Willis has absolutely no idea where his man is. See, and they will find him immediately. Now once he's here, you'll see him go strong. Watch the block out here, and Willis never gets into the play. See, Scottie Pippen just cleared a path right out of there. He could be a pulling guard for the Bears next year.
Bulls on an 11-2 run. That's the reason the Hawks called the timeout. Koncak back in for Atlanta, along with Augmon, Blaylock, Farrell, and Wilkins. Koncak missing, and Pippen rebounding. The last 13 Chicago points, Purdue has 6, Williams 5, and Jordan 2.
Looking for the double screen for Paxson. Hawks did an excellent job switching out on that. Plenty of time here.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Now 5. Augmon in the face of Jordan. Pippen with the tip in.
See, you have to go for the ball. That time Koncak went straight up in the air, and he was 3 feet away from the basketball. If he would have attacked the glass, there was no way that they could come in and tap that in.
There's the double team. Farrell left alone for the jumper.
Now, you know, they got ahead, Bob, by playing down below the foul line. That should be their last resource. The time is down, you don't have anything, then you kick out. Those shots are there.
Williams couldn't handle the Jordan pass. It'll be another Chicago turnover. And the Bulls lead it by 5 with 6:20 to go in the first half. At the conclusion of the game, Hubie and I will select the Budweiser player of the game. Paxson on Blaylock. Looking for Dominique against Pippen. Here comes Scott Williams for the block. There were 3 defenders on him when he got down.
He's an excellent shot blocker.
Williams kicks it out to Paxson. That's going to be loose ball on Will Purdue over the back of Dwayne Farrell.
You're noticing the pattern again this evening. When the Bulls get down inside the lane, they kick the ball out to the corners. Now this is the three guys right on Dominic. There's your shot block. They take it the other way. They take it right into the lane, and then they spot up Paxson or Armstrong in the corner, and what they do is they hurt you with the threes. And in this series, we said at the top, they've already made 11 threes.
And Chicago can send centers at you in waves. We've seen Cartwright, Purdue, Williams, now Stacey King's in the ballgame. 7 on the shot clock. Augmon couldn't handle the Dominique Wilkins pass. Bulls by 5. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Stacey Augmon with the steal.
There you go, strong. Nice.
That's the defense that the Hawks need from Stacey Augmon, but frankly have not received in the first 2 games of the playoffs.
In the first quarter, we saw a lot of that. All of a sudden now they become a little soft, and it's nice to see them get the steal, because then maybe they'll get up and play the passing lanes a little tougher.
Willis steps up.
There you go.
Causes the shot change. Willis with the rebound. Blaylock with the penetration to Kevin Willis. He's fouled by Scottie Pippen.
Give Pippen credit. See, Pippen last year in '92 was voted to the first-team all-defensive team along with Michael Jordan. Then they had Dumars, Rodman, and David Robinson. Now that was a 4-on-2. Pippen came back and was still able to tie that guy up so that he could not get a high percentage shot. That's what you love about the Bulls. When you have Michael and you have Pippen running back defensively, you always have a chance because they're so intelligent and they're quick. They can elevate, block shots, and then possibly cause a turnover.
We'll keep up with that New York-Indiana game. That's at Indianapolis. Knicks out to a lead. They lead in that series 2 games to none, hoping to close out Indianapolis. Willis gets 1 out of 2, and the Atlanta Hawks have pulled to within 2 of the Bulls with 4:54 to go in the first half.
See, they're having trouble now. Willis did an excellent job on Grant out on the wing that time.
Whistle away from the ball.
Yeah, I like that call. And the reason why he did that, Grant was trying to come across the lane, and Kevin caught him with one of his kung fu moves. Look in the lane here now. Now watch what happens right there. Boom. See, you can't catch the guy with the forearm. That's automatic.
2 fouls on Willis. Team foul situation here. The Hawks are in the penalty. That's only the second. The Bulls have only 2 on them. Hawks are in the penalty.
Once again, Grant has really put together an excellent year.
That was the, excuse me.
I'm sorry, Bob.
That was the team foul total for the whole game, just so you don't get confused with that graphic.
You know, Grant is right up there, close to 10 rebounds a game. He shoots 51%. He's not known as a shot blocker, but he still gets you 1.2 a game. In over 82 games, that's a solid contribution.
Bulls by 4. 4:41 to go in the first half.
Now this is what you got to be careful of. They're in their trap. Stacey King on the ball, and they'll keep coming at you now. So if you go over, go up front, and you've got to make them pay for the trap.
Blaylock for 3. Throws up the air ball. Chicago in possession.
Teams that trap love it when you get over half court, stop, and then you launch an outside jump shot. Get it into the middle and attack them where you have numbers 3-on-2 below the foul line. Take it right at the rim.
Bulls by 4, looking for Jordan now. Turn around and Concac's in his face. 6 seconds. 5. Wilkins helps out to Pippen. Misses the 3. Concac tips it over to Wilson. To Willis, excuse me. Dominique Wilkins struggling from the field tonight. Runs into a double team.
Oh,
carelessly throws it away. The behind-the-back jam from Scottie Pippen.
You have to pay attention. You cannot get frustrated because you did not get the call and then throw a diagonal pass out to the top of the circle because the Bulls play the passing lanes probably better than any team in this league.
Reason for the whistle, someone threw a plastic cup out on the floor. Officials stopped the play.
Now just watch. Now you see he wants the foul. He thought Jordan grabbed him. Then he wanted the foul there. He felt he got bumped. See, exasperation. He just fires it out. The only thing I don't like in this first half with the Hawks is their spacing. Their spacing, guys are too close together. One defensive player can play 2. They've got to open up the spacing because that will string out the defense.
Augmon, nice pass to Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis now with 13 points. Dominique Wilkins is really struggling, however. 3 turnovers, only 2 of 10 from the floor. Inside to Grant. The double team and the foul on Dominique Wilkins. A frustrated Dominique Wilkins. That's his second.
See, Bobby Weiss at halftime must talk to them about the fouling of people with their backs to the basket, not even going anywhere, plus fouling guys out by the 3-point line when the guy isn't even looking to shoot the basketball.
The Bulls have swept first-round opponents last year and the year before on their way to World Championships and are hoping for a broom here in Atlanta tonight.
Now, in '92, they took out Miami, but that was a very tough series. And then the year before, '91, they took out the Knicks.
It's a 6-point Bulls lead.
See, the Bulls will continue to trap and press you until you make them pay at the other end. Get some layups.
And now the Bulls back in their half-court defense with 10 on the shot clock for Atlanta. Ogman just having a nightmare with Jordan. He's all over.
It's a clear out.
Koncak had his hands on it. Finally runs it down. Good hustle by John Koncak. Koncak has 7 rebounds in this first half. Blaylock on the drive is fouled. They're going to shoot 2. That's on Stacey King.
Well, during the course of the year, and a
technical foul. Stacey King had been flirting with a technical previously, as Darryl Garrettson had talked to him about it, and now here it comes.
Well, you just don't like to see reserve guys get in there and then pick up the technical when the bumping has been going on at both ends of the floor. You try to tell people that players, when the player gets double teamed in the post and he passes out against the good defenses, and Chicago being one, you must make the second pass.
They've called a technical on Dominique Wilkins. They actually went over and pointed at Stacey King, who is also number 21. But they called the technical foul on Atlanta's Dominique Wilkins, and that's why you saw Michael Jordan shoot the foul. Now, we know Dominique has been frustrated, and there's an example of it. Timeout on the floor. By 7 with 2:37 to go in the half.
Right now we're going to show you a double teaming of the post people. It's really not a double team. It's a triple team. Now keep an eye on this. See, man is right here. You have 3 guys. Now what we're talking about, the first pass comes out. He's not going to be open. You've got to look for the second pass. But right here, one man is playing 2 guys. They have very bad spacing on the opposite side of the floor. And you're going to see this. You see that you end up, you get lucky, and you get a foul.
Into Kevin Willis. He gets fouled and count the basket. Kevin has 15 points and an opportunity for 16.
Nice to see, because he's really attacking the basket, going very strong. Now, you know, we have to really apologize. I do, to King. Now, this is a very nice jump hook. This is a move that all big guys must develop when they come into this league. Poor Stacey King. They walk up to him. They tell him they called the technical foul on Stacey. He never says a word. He
lowers
walks
his
away.
head.
Right. And then all of a sudden we end up with Dominique Wilkins getting the technical foul. So Stacey must have done something.
He's been jawing with the officials. Nevertheless, Jordan misses.
Grab the ball.
John Koncak playing volleyball, but finally comes away with it. He's been hustling here tonight. Seems like he's had hand problems in this series. Illegal defense called against Chicago. 2:06 to go in the half. Bulls lead it by 5. Been a very helter-skelter game the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, right there is a very concerned coach. He knows that he can win this ball game, but he doesn't like the fact that the Hawks are really hurting them below the foul line, and they're going right at Michael Jordan. Ogman has really been emphasized in this offense in this half, and he's done a terrific job.
May as well. Ogman with the ball again. And he looked like he traveled, then he turned it over. Just as we were talking about what a good idea that was. Pippen now switched out on to Ogman. Horace Grant, the open man. Bulls running their offense to perfection on that possession. 11 points for Horace Grant.
All good offenses can reverse the ball to the opposite side of the floor and take advantage of the good defenses. But you have to give them credit. They're knocking down those shots.
Wilkins, that's a 2. He stepped on the line. He's right in the face of Lee Jones saying, no, I want a 3, but he stepped on the line. It is a 5-point Bulls lead, and Wilkins is 3 for 11 from the floor in this first half.
Well, there's no doubt that they're roughing him up, but that comes because of the reputation that Pippen has as a good defensive player.
Koncak pulls down another board. He has been very active.
Nice.
Ogman with a beautiful move inside. It's a 3-point Bulls lead.
And a foul, and that's the third time he has caught Michael with that same move. Now just watch this spin. See, he fakes, and now he comes back and he catches Michael gambling. Okay, Michael going for the reach behind.
Jordan's first personal foul. Stacey Ogman averaged 14 points on the season. Misses here, but Blaylock steals the rebound. Dominique spinning into the lane. That's a patented move, and the foul. Dominique Wilkins with the finger roll. They're calling the foul on Stacey King.
Well, he left two guys standing inside the foul line area. Now just watch the step. Watch the big step. There it is, right there, and the finger roll. That's where he's just so exciting because he explodes out of that step.
Missed the free throw, does not get the three-point conversion. Bulls continue to lead by a point with 45 seconds to go in the half. Atlanta only 5 of 10 from the line. Jordan blows by Ogman.
Well, Stacey thought he had help on the baseline. Unfortunately, no one came to help him out.
Coming up, our Reebok halftime report. Ernie Johnson Jr. in the studios with Miami Heat coach Kevin Lockery. Bonus coverage of that Knicks-Pacers game tonight. Also an interview with Charles Barkley. It's all coming up on the Reebok halftime report. 24.4 seconds from now. Hawks have 9 on the shot clock.
See, they had 3 guys triple team Willis again, and he looked opposite, but he couldn't find anyone to pass it to.
Dominique.
Nice pass.
Gets it back from Blaylock. Loses it out of bounds. Jump ball. The officials couldn't tell who threw it out of bounds.
That's a tough call.
Nobody saw it.
Now, Dominique cannot get a break. Can't catch a break this half. No doubt about it. I mean, he really went to that hole strong that time. And you're just looking for someone to get a little piece of that ball. All right. I'll tell you, from that angle, I thought he threw it out of bounds myself.
Yeah, it looks like it. Wilkins and Grant will jump it, but first a timeout. It's a 20 called by Chicago with 16.8 seconds left in the half. Bulls leading by 3. Michael Jordan in this first half of play has 15 points. He leads all scorers. Kevin Willis, or he's tied with Willis, has 15 also for Atlanta. 11 points out of Grant, 10 for Stacey Ogman.
Right now, you have to really be happy for the Hawks. They're getting a major effort. They're getting good shots when they pass the basketball. But they must solve this problem of the triple team on Willis Lowe, because if he can just throw the ball diagonally to the other side of the floor, if they'll just spot up, he's looking there, but no one is in the same position at any one time. He keeps looking. Where are they over there? I'm willing to pass.
Atlanta winning the battle of the boards, Hubie. 23-17. John Koncak has 8 rebounds tonight. Wilkins and Grant will jump it. Bulls come away with it. Grant won that jump before Dominique's injury. I'm not sure Grant could have won that jump.
All right, it's going to be a 1-4. A 1-4. Keep it open for Michael with movement on the baseline.
The fadeaway jumper. Rebound from Willis. So the Bulls go in at the half with a 3-point lead, and the Atlanta Hawks definitely playing the best they have in this 3-game series thus far. However, it's still 3 points short of a load.
Hawks are in this thing, down by 3 against the Chicago Bulls. This is the Reebok halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Kevin Lockery, the head coach of the Miami Heat. Chicago goes for a sweep tonight. Same story with the New York Knicks. They were up by 2, 33-31 after 1. But that's a pretty high-scoring game against the Pacers.
Ernie, with Indiana has to really be happy. 33-31 at the end of the quarter. The pace really favors them. It's an up-tempo game. I think Indiana's got a good chance to win the basketball game.
Let's bring you some bonus coverage of that game. They're playing at Market Square Arena. Game 3, the Knicks going for a sweep. We turn it over to Marv Albert and John Andres.
Doing his best on the boards. Minute gone by. In the second quarter, the Knicks and the Pacers are tied at 33. Charles Smith just did beat the 24-second buzzer. It will be Indiana ball. Well, the Knicks got off to that fast start. They led by as many as 12. They hit 8 of the first 9, but Indiana has been able to turn it around. Marv Albert, John Andres, Al Troutwick from Market Square Arena, Indianapolis. The Pacers trying to get back into the series. The Knicks hoping to sweep it here tonight. And Trent thought he was fouled and then called for the timeout to avoid the timeout.
The Pacers have looked for this man to step up tonight. They have not gotten big performance out of him in the prior games, but he has done just that here so far.
On the center scoreboard, it's casino time.
So it is 33-33 early in the second period. The Knicks trying to go for the sweep against the Indiana Pacers. Also, the Seattle Supersonics and Utah Jazz just about to tip it off at the Delta Center. They're tied up 1 game apiece. Neither team has scored 100 points, a very competitive series in the Western Conference. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the upcoming game between the Suns and the Lakers, Game 2 of our doubleheader. Sir Charles talks to Sir Gary. It comes up next. Separating the Bulls and the Hawks at the half at the Omni in Game 3 of their Eastern Conference first-round series as the Reebok halftime report continues. Game 2 of our doubleheader is the Lakers and the Suns, which should be something to see. What do the Lakers have to do now? I know win 1 game is the obvious question, but how do they get that 1 win they need to advance?
Ernie, just keep playing the same way they've been playing. They're playing with way more emotion than Phoenix is playing with. Also, their big front line has bothered the Phoenix Suns, particularly the Campbell matchup on Barkley. That's been a major difference in the series.
Of course, a lot of folks thought that when the Suns got Charles Barkley, that would bring them a championship. What does Sir Charles think now? Well, our Gary Bender had a chance to talk to him earlier today.
The Suns swept the regular season with the Lakers 5-0 by an average of 14 points and go into tonight 0-2 in this best-of-5 series on the brink of elimination. And Charles, what's happened from the regular season to the playoffs?
Well, I think 2 things. Number one, you know, people said this season that we had a weakness. It was matching up against taller teams. And we have had trouble matching up with their big guys. And the series has been a walk-it-up series. They have really done, they used the shot clock pretty much up. And we haven't ran as well because, number one, we haven't, they've done a good job on the offensive board. And then the second thing, we haven't made a lot of shots. We have not shot a good percentage. I have not shot a good percentage. But I think it's been a half-court series, and they're better in a half-court than we are.
Paul Westphal told us today, he says he wants the team to play loose, not be afraid to make some mistakes.
Well, I think there's one thing, you know, one thing that's disappointed me, you know, people said, let's go away to training camp again, let's get focused. Well, if you won 62 games, I think you're pretty much focused. And I think our young guys have not relaxed. We have not handled the pressure well, and I think that's been a big part of it. I mean, first of all, if we won 62 games, we had the most fun, loving, practical joking team in the league, and we have not did any of that. Everybody's been uptight, and we just got to relax and play basketball because you know there's no need to change. If you won 62 games, there's really no need to change anything.
Charles, how do you play loose? It's like somebody telling you to be funny. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, I think, number one, I came in with the mentality that I wasn't going to take any 3-pointers. I have not taken one. Well, number one, I think if I take 3-pointers, it loosens us up because if I make it, everybody's laughing because I made it, and it loosens me up because it makes my defender, maybe, you know, he says, I don't think you can do that again. I'll make a couple in a row. But I think the main thing, you know, it's easy to say that, but Marlon Ainge got to make some shots, so they're not going to loosen up. They're struggling from the field a little bit, as am I. But we got to get Ainge and Marley some better shots, wide open shots, because they got to make a couple of shots. Then they'll loosen up. It's easy to say loosen up, but if you're not playing well, you're not going to loosen up. So we're going to try to get the game speeded up. Every time I get it, I'm going to try to get it out or take it myself. Even if they score, I'm going to try to take it out in a hurry and get it going.
So you're going to launch your 3 the first time you get it?
First time I touch it, if I'm behind the line, I'm going to let it fly. Just get everybody into the game.
Charles, I noticed that you said that you brought 4 sets of clothes, 2 different practice gears. You're planning on being here Thursday night.
I'm planning on being here. I think that, you know, we have, you know, everybody finds negative, but the positive thing is we haven't lost at the Forum this year. The negative thing is they're up 2-0. So to me, that's a 50-50 proposition, and I'm not ready to go home yet. And we don't give up. We didn't have the best record in the league for no reason. We got hard. You know, people say we're not tough enough. We're tough enough. You know, we do have any weaknesses. It's a lack of height, but it has nothing to do with mental toughness, because this team is tough as it gets.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Will the Great Western Forum see the Great Western upset? The answer later tonight. Big quarter for the Hawks. They've been badly outscored in this series in the third period.
Ernie, having worked with Bobby Weiss, he's telling his players at halftime, we've gotten a lot of good shots, no problem, but the first 3 minutes of the second half might be the most important 3 minutes of the year.
The Atlanta Hawks trying to avoid a three-game sweep at the hands of the champs, the Chicago Bulls. Chicago leads at 50-47. Back to the Omni for the third quarter, right after this.
The Reebok Halftime Report has been brought to you by Reebok, who remind you that on Planet Reebok, there are no limits.
Well, the Atlanta Hawks trying to avoid elimination at the hands of the defending world champion Chicago Bulls, trailing by 3 here at the half in the first game to be played in Atlanta. Bulls won the first 2 in Chicago. The Atlanta Hawks came out and got 30 points in the first quarter and were looking pretty strong. However, the one thing you always know about the defending world champs, if their shots aren't falling, if things aren't going right, they can always play defense. They turned on the screws.
They are, and they've definitely done a problem here, because they are saying, Willis, you're having a big game. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to double team you. Now you see there's the double team. This man is on the passer. Now watch what we have here. We have 3 Hawks. Now there are 2 defenders. The 2 defenders can play all 3 guys. That's what we mean by spacing away. Kevin continues to look for these guys, but they are never in the same place. And if they will just clean that up on the opposite side of the floor, they can really hurt the Bulls, because they are determined to double and triple team Willis.
Wilkins had a technical in the first half. He's a very frustrated player.
Yes, he is. He's 4 for 13, but you can see right here. I mean, he that's close to a mugging, Bob, right? He gets banged at least 3 times. He did not get the call. He went after the referee, cost him with a technical foul. But, you know, he's got to let out that anger because he's playing so hard. And you know, he's saying, hey, I've scored 22,000 points in this league. How about a little respect? Now, the rebounding, you got to give the Hawks a lot of credit. They're up tonight in that category, and especially with 11 offensive boards. But they must make the free throws. They've already missed 5.
The turnovers, the Chicago Bulls guards had no turnovers for the series until tonight, but the Hawks' aggressive play has forced 10, and the Hawks also shooting a better field goal percentage to go with their improved rebounding. Thus the reason they're only 3 points down as we go into the second half. They're the scoring leaders for the Chicago Bulls. Jordan with 15, Grant 11. And Purdue came in and played about 7 or 8 minutes, had a couple of block shots, 4 rebounds, and 6 points.
Are you moving his agent out? I mean, I'm telling you.
That's pretty good.
You know, it is. It is very good. Now, Will has really done an excellent job.
But the answer is yes, I am his agent. I didn't want to announce
Look
that.
out.
Then to Pippen on the lob. It'll be Chicago ball. Good deflection on the interior defense for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing the Bulls by 3 with 11:50 to go. Opening moments of the third quarter from the Omni in Atlanta. This is game 3 of the first round series. Jordan hits the deck and the basket. Ball goes through the hoop. 7 of 14. Jordan shooting at 50% tonight.
Well, Blaylock is still on him, and all he's doing is shooting over the top.
Good pass into Willis from Blaylock.
Now you can see that time they fronted. Pippen is fronting Wilkins. They threw the pass. He moved them up the lane, opened up that lob pass, cleared on the other side so they could get no help. Beautiful pass, and you knew that was posted in the locker room to come out. That was a set play.
Michael Jordan turnaround on the baseline, and another rebound for contact. He lost it. He has 9 boards, and the Hawks have the run. Wilkins. Augman comes away with it. Atlanta ball. Hold on, we've got 2 different calls here. Now it's going to be Atlanta ball. And by the way, it was Wilkins who got that ball down on the lob on the inside. We were blocked from the view here from our table on that first basket, and Dominique now has 12 points.
Michael Jordan was popped right in the face. And, you know, he's been checking to see if he had any blood coming out of his nose.
B.J. Armstrong off his foot, but nobody was around to collect the ball. Bulls lead it by 3.
Grant pulls up. Concat tips it away again. He hasn't grabbed a rebound, but he sure tipped a bunch of them.
4 on 3.
Dominique off balance for that three-point shot attempt. Michael.
Nice.
Finds B.J. Armstrong. And on the Bulls break, you've always got the guy spotted up in the corner.
I'm saying they're wearing him out in this series on that move. But you see, Michael could have shot that ball. He made the extra pass. Coming down the floor, the Hawks had a 4 on 3, and he ended up with a 27-foot jump shot.
B.J. Armstrong's first points of the night. Down to Willis, being defended by Cartwright. Dominique from 17 feet. Oh, tough shot.
As the game wears on, Bob, cardinal rule, you make the 2 passes and you get the easy shot. You make the 1 pass and you are in a struggle to get a high percentage shot off.
Bulls have 10 on the shot clock. Blaylock defending Jordan here as he did to begin the game.
Just jump over him.
Armstrong left alone.
Come on now, get it out. You got 4 on 3 again.
Dominique went behind his back right into the waiting hands of B.J. Armstrong. Pippen, the pull-up. Missed everything, but Cartwright gets the offensive board. Concat volleyballs the ball out of bounds. It'll be a new shot clock, Chicago ball.
Bob, if you volleyball the ball, I'm sure you could catch the ball. Catch the ball, come down, get it out. They've had 3 4 on 3 fast breaks, and they have not ended up with a basket yet. If they keep pushing, it's there.
Cartwright is called for traveling. Atlanta ball. Now Concat played some tough face-to-face defense there. Hold it now. Wait a minute. We may get a reversal on this call.
I think Lee Jones had, first of all, Concat hit the ball as Cartwright turned around.
Right.
Then I thought Cartwright traveled.
Right.
Now
Here
just watch this now as he turns right there.
Right.
Okay, now Billy regroups, see, and that's where he called the walk, right there.
And they finally settle the officials dispute, and it is Atlanta ball. 55-51, Bulls by 4. 8:45 to go, third quarter. Atlanta trying to stay alive in this series. Dominique over Pippen. Wilkins has 16.
He's made 2 jump shots. Pippen has been right in his face.
Looking for Cartwright. Now to Pippen at the free throw line.
Hey, this is smart. Just post them up in there.
Stolen by Wilkins. Then B.J. Armstrong picks it right back. Jordan with one of his patented moves down the lane. The bank shot. He has 19. Hawks have 10 to shoot inside to Kevin Willis. He can't handle it. Must be a slippery ball. Pippen with a monster jam on the break. 20-second timeout called by Bobby Weiss.
Now they're so unselfish, and once they start blowing out on that break, you know that when Pippen or Jordan out there, the execution percentage is high because they always attack the rim. Now just watch where he takes off. See, he's determined. Even if he gets hit, he's up high.
Scottie Pippen with 8 points in this ball game. We'll be back in a moment. Timeout on the floor. It leads 7:40 to go in the third quarter in this third game of the first round series between Chicago and Atlanta. The New York Knicks. Seattle handing it to Utah. That game's in Salt Lake City as that series is tied at 1 apiece. 10 on the shot clock for Atlanta. Now 4. Mookie Blaylock bails him out. Count the basket, but a foul against Atlanta.
Well, it's down inside, and it would definitely involve Cartwright, and I'm pretty sure it's Willis. Now keep an eye to the left of your screen right here. Cartwright is going to try to hold Willis out. Willis just throws him.
What foul?
Yeah, but you see, they need Willis. Willis has just had a great half. He came in with 6 for 8 from the field, 7 rebounds, 15 points, and the guy has picked up 2 very bad fouls. That's that guard around.
E.J. Armstrong misses the shot. This loose ball foul will be on Horace Grant of Chicago. That's his second.
You're at home. You're involved in a Donnybrook. You just cannot afford to pick up any ticky-tack things or something that is unnecessary. If you're blocked out, accept it. Try to reverse move or something, but not right in front of the referee. Do you level the guy?
Blaylock looking for Wilkins, posted against Pippen. Pippen got a piece of that. Grant with the ball out to Armstrong.
See, 4 shirts down there versus 1. When those things happen, everyone's got to get back. The 2 guards and the small forward.
Good pass from Willis to Ogman. He's fouled by Michael Jordan.
Ogman is giving Michael a workout tonight. Michael knows that he has got to get his defense together here. At halftime, Ogman has 10 points, 5 for 9, and he's been able to beat him any time that he's had him one-on-one.
Michael has 2 personal fouls. Second team foul on the Bulls. The Hawks having trouble holding onto the ball tonight.
He's double team here.
Blaylock for 3.
Gotta get back.
The Bulls get that ball down so quickly. Atlanta left looking as Pippen goes to the hoop, is fouled. Bulls lead it by 6, and he'll have the 2 shots at the free throw line.
When a shot goes up, all teams are taught X amount of guys go to the boards. X amount of guys get back. But what we're seeing right now is no one is on the board for Atlanta, but no one is back. And they're getting caught from top of the circle to top of the circle, and Chicago's taking advantage of it.
It's the Bulls' game. They certainly love to get out and run, and if the team allows them, they'll just bury them with it. Willis gets the big rebound, then nearly throws it away, saved by Blaylock. 7-point Bulls lead. That's their biggest of the game.
There's a screen and roll here now.
Hawks with another turnover. 3 against 2. Jordan just slithered right high contact, went to his left hand, and the Bulls now have a 9-point advantage. And once again, the third quarter has been the problem for Atlanta, as it has been this entire series, and the Bulls are making them pay.
Here in this game, when the ball goes down inside and the Hawks attack the rim, what's happening is the Hawks are getting caught. See, they got 5 guys and everyone is down inside. Once the shot goes up, they're releasing and they're catching the Hawks in traffic on the kickouts, and they're just running a layup down at the other end.
Blaylock gets it inside, and Willis once again very quickly double-teamed. Ogman from 14. Tough shot by Stacey Ogman, who has 12 points.
I'd like to see the Hawks get more movement right now, so that they're just not staying on the left side of the floor. Balance the floor out, make some passes, and see some cutting. Let's see if Chicago can play here. But right now, everyone's coming up, and everything is on the left side of the floor.
15 seconds on the shot clock. You get a sense that if the Hawks are to beat the Bulls, this is going to be the night of opportunity. I don't mean just because they'll be eliminated, but the Bulls a little less intense they've been in the first 2 games.
I agree. But then again, like you said at the top, you know, they've lost their last 3 road games. You know, in this game, they're not really playing that well, and if they were playing a superior foe, they'd be in a little bit of trouble here this season.
Jordan at the buzzer. Count the 2. 9-point Bulls lead. 4:53 to go in the third quarter.
With the matchup that they have on Michael, Michael knows that he can always get a shot because he'll just, you know, he outjumps guys at 6'3" and 6'4". Of course, he's going to go up over the top of Blaylock.
Dominique Wilkins hitting from the outside has 18 points.
Right now, the Hawks need a little surge from the defensive end of the floor. Hold the Bulls to 1 shot. Get out in the open transition.
Blaylock up in
Jordan's face.
Well, he's doing a nice job not letting him beat him off the dribble.
Rebound Blaylock, who went down for that. Jordan, of course, released the other way. Willis, double team late getting there this time, and Kevin hits the jump hook.
See, right then, Willis hits the jump shot, and on the way down, pops Scottie Pippen right in the face. All right, now, I know he's upset, all right, except for one thing. That could have cost him another foul, because it happened right in front of us, and Pippen, was really stunned. Right now, we'd like to show you this strong move by Kevin Willis. This is a deep jump hook. Now, this is his pet move right here. Now, on the release, he gets the score. Now, watch as he goes right in front of Pippen, right there. All right, he catches him right in the face. You're going to see it right as he comes up in here. He scratches him right across the face.
He has 3 fouls. That could have been number 4.
Yeah, and they need him tonight. He cannot lose, his concentration, because he's playing a big-time game tonight. He's got the points. He's got the rebounds. He's making his presence felt down inside.
Kevin Willis, 17 points here tonight. He's having a conversation with Hugh Hollins after he came back out on the floor. Looks like no major damage to the face of Scottie Pippen, but you don't know whether he's hurting or not. B.J. Armstrong has played, about 75, 76 minutes, no turnovers in this series. Michael Jordan off the screen. He's not going to miss that. Jordan falls down and looks to be hurt. He slipped on this. He slipped on this wet floor right in front of our bench. We told you that there is ice underneath here. Michael Jordan simply turned around and went down, and he is grimacing in pain.
Well, let's take a high angle on that, because the referee was right here between us and Michael Jordan. Now, as the shot is released, he staggers back. Now, you couldn't tell whether when he landed, if the ankle turned on him, or whether or not he came down and he tripped over someone.
You see the floor is
now just
shiny.
Keep an eye right here. Now watch what happens as he comes down. He loses his balance. He steps back, and there it is right there. Now, he didn't bump into a sole. Okay, what happened is as he was backing back, all right, that's when the ankle gave on him.
There's ice underneath the floor, and there's condensation. You see on some of the angles the glittering on the floor. They've been trying to get it as dry as possible. Very warm, humid day here, which causes this condensation.
Now keep an eye on him as he moves back. You're going to see it. He goes down right there. See, the ankle gave way on him right there.
They're having to help him off the floor. We're talking about a franchise guy here, and he looks as though that right ankle is giving him some severe pain at this point. We won't speculate. I've seen Michael Jordan helped off the floor so many times only to see him return the same game. Let's hope that's true again.
Well, the one good thing about it is that he did not step on the ball or step on another foot.
Correct.
Because they're the tough ones. Because when they roll and they put you out for a long period of time. Now keep an eye on that right ankle. Now you can see it right there in the corner. You see as he steps back, that right ankle, he's going to slip, and you're going to see him turn in. All right, and that's when it happened. Absolutely no contact that time.
So Michael Jordan has missed only 7 games in the last 7 years due to injury, and one of those games was due to being suspended. So he is not only a great player, he has been an Iron Man as far as his play. After that early career injury, Michael Jordan has been virtually injury-free. And so the Bulls now will have to see what they can do without him here tonight. Michael Jordan leaves with already 25 points. 3:45 to go in the third quarter, and the Bulls lead it by 7.
Right now, the Hawks have got to pay attention. They cannot give up any long passes, any easy baskets. Right now, they have a big advantage going for them. Michael Jordan was their double teamer most of the night tonight. He's out of there. Someone else, it's going to be their job. So you're going to have to say right now, pay attention. Do not give up any long passes in transition for any easy layups.
And it'll be interesting to see the psychological effect on the Bulls, because he is undoubtedly the man who makes them run.
They have Tucker on Augman.
Look out. Selected shot. Here comes Pippen. 3:22 to go in the third quarter. The Bulls lead it by 7. Tucker is on the floor for Jordan. Adam Keefe is in for Atlanta.
Staggered screen down there for BJ.
Willis contested that, but then didn't get the rebound. Pippen misses. Now Wilkins with the rebound. Cartwright and Willis really pounding each other down inside. Willis is going to take the jumper. Adam Keefe can't keep it alive. It's knocked out by Chicago, and it'll be Atlanta ball.
What you'd like to see, Bob, is more movement of the basketball. They're playing on one half of the court right now, and the defense is laying in from the opposite side. If they just spread out the ball and swing the ball to the other side of the floor, more movement and get everyone else involved.
Now one-on-one Wilkins against Pippen. He pulls up from 13, banks it off the glass. But once again, one-on-one basketball.
It was. Well, that's why they came into this game averaging 15 assists in the 2 games. Everything stops when one guy gets the ball, and then now that was a very difficult shot, and it was a bank.
Dominique has hit 7 of his last 10 shots. Cartwright
that's a good call.
hits the floor.
Well, what happened is Keith tries to front Cartwright. Now just watch what happens as they reverse the ball to the other side. Low. Watch low now. Cartwright, there he posts. See, and there he go. He tried to come around him, but he pulled with the left hand.
That's 4 fouls on the rookie from Stanford. Bulls lead it by 5, 2:13 to go in the quarter.
They'll work through Cartwright right now and get all that offside action.
Willis, very defensive job. Back inside to Horace Grant. Grant misses the jumper. Cartwright follows. Follows again. Offensive boards from Bill Cartwright.
Well, everyone else must help out defensively there. You just cannot allow the Bulls. Cartwright's a big man, 7'2", 255. It just cannot be 1 against 2 down in there.
8 on the shot clock for Mookie Blaylock. Dominique with 5 on the shot clock. Has to dribble through the double team.
Goaltending.
Wave it off. It was interfered with while the ball was above the cylinder.
Well, that ball had a chance to go in, and Kevin Willis went up above the rim and touched it.
Other scores, the New York Knicks leading Indiana 55-49 at half and leading in that series 2-0. The Seattle-Utah series tied at 1 apiece, and Seattle up by 11.
See, the Bulls just continued to run their triangle stuff. This time you got a 2-man game on the right-hand side.
Keefe with a rebound off the Bill Cartwright miss. Hawks trying to get something set up quickly here. Dominique Wilkins for 3. Big bucket from Dominique. And the Bulls now lead by 4.
That's the first time in this game he's been standing by himself. He said, give it to me.
13 points this quarter from Wilkins. Getting the crowd back in the game here in Atlanta. Pippen unmolested down the lane for the easy lay-in. Pippen has to take over leadership of this team. In case you went away for a moment, Michael Jordan went down with an ankle injury, is in the locker room. Jordan went out with 3:45 left in the third. Now we have 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Give the Bulls credit here. They've done an excellent job in staying within their offense. No hurry. Stay within the flow.
Pippen tried to drive. It was picked away. Blaylock is fouled hard by Trent Tucker. That's a 2-shot foul.
Good play that time by Tucker. Ran him down, did not try to hurt him. Definitely went for the arm to make sure that he did not get that shot up above the shoulders. You allow an NBA guy to get that ball up above the shoulders, he will continue even though you foul him and you give him a possible 3-point play. This way they're forcing Blaylock to go to the line and make his foul shots.
We understand that Dominique Wilkins is being retaped. Michael Jordan is being retaped in the locker room right now. That's not to guarantee that he'll return, but as I've told you, I've seen him carried off the floor many times before only to return to play again. We'll let you know when we hear anything further on the ankle injury to Michael Jordan. Bulls by 6, 17.8 to go in the third quarter.
Pharrell and Snoopy Graham are in the game right now for Atlanta.
In that first half, they came in 5 for 8, gave them a quick 10 points, did a nice job.
Hawks have missed their last 4 free throws, are only 5 of 11 for the game. 6 of 12. Which, of course, would make this a tie ball game right now had they hit those. Bulls by 5.
This is a 1-4 set with B.J. Armstrong coming off the screens down on the baseline.
2 seconds to go in the quarter when Horace Grant buries the jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 7 going into the 4th and final quarter. With the Bulls leading at 72-67, this crowd erupted as Michael Jordan walked back on the floor, no limp at all. And just as I start thinking he's human, we see him go down, not able to even move. And here's a shot just moments ago, Michael Jordan coming out. He went in, they had to carry him off the floor. He's retaped. He's missed the 7 games in the last 7 years. One of those is suspension, and Jordan is back out here. Looks to be walking all right.
Now you can see, you know he's smarting, except that he is walking a little delicately. But here, keep an eye on him once again. We're going to show it to you as he rolls that right ankle right there. He slips and he turns and he goes right down on the floor. There's no contact with any player or referee.
So while he's out, the 2 teams played to a 6-6 tie. Gave the Hawks a chance to kind of get an emotional lift here. The Bulls played pretty well. Scottie Pippen took over the floor leadership. And now with the final 12 minutes to go, the Hawks down by 7. Adam Keefe is fouled.
Good play that time. It's nice to see the man who passed the ball make the cut through. Because, see, the Bulls, they're really tough. Hawks came out with 30 points in the first quarter. Then they dropped to 17. Then they only come up with 20 in the third. Because the one thing that happens there is the fact that their defense is consistent. But you have to have motion if you're going to give them a problem.
Will Perdue called for the foul. Dr. John Heffernan, the Bulls team physician, sprained right ankle for Michael Jordan, says it's happened before and he usually comes back fast. Atlanta 6 of 14 from the free throw line here tonight. Henson, Keefe, Koncak on the floor with Graham and Farrell.
See, the spacing is just beautiful to watch out of the Bulls. They have it coming all on the perimeter. They move the ball. They move the defense from side to side.
Stolen by Adam Keefe. Graham on the drive as Paxson fell down. Slippery floor here tonight. Pippen's pull up. Graham caused him to change his shot. Looking for Perdue with 8 on the shot clock. He passed the ball to Trent Tucker. Unfortunately, Tucker is not in the game yet.
That ball was so high, I thought it was part of the aircraft that was flying around here a few minutes ago in between quarters. Paxson didn't even jump. He just looked up in the air. It was so high.
It's Perdue, Scott Williams, Trent Tucker, John Paxson, and Michael Jordan on the floor. Trying to post Adam Keefe against Scott Williams. Jump hook, no. Perdue with a rebound. Bulls by 7 points. 10:35 to go in the game. 10:35 to go in the Atlanta Hawks season unless they come from behind.
Hawks are doing a real good job on that staggered screen on the opposite side of the floor.
Farrell out in the face of Jordan, who came up hopping after taking that jump shot.
He sure did.
76-67, Bulls by 9. That matches their biggest lead of the game.
See, right down inside. They're right down inside. They're holding on to him as he came off the screen. Now just watch this now. As he releases the ball and he comes down, you're going to see him gingerly hopping over there, you know, to keep off that right ankle.
Even more important for the Bulls to try to get a 3-0 sweep here, because Michael Jordan would have 5 days to rest.
Well, it's definitely been part of their arsenal in the 2 previous runs for the championships.
Graham spinning over Tucker. No offensive boards here in this half for Atlanta. They were good on the boards in the first half. Jordan for 3. Nice pass into Farrell from Henson.
The fast break is there, Bob. It's been there the entire game. But the main thing is the four guys have got to continue to run hard and then look for the layups instead of taking the 20-foot jump shots.
Easy pass from Scott Williams to Michael Jordan, and he's fouled.
When you first start playing basketball as a kid, they tell you give and go. Pass the ball and cut. And that's all this is. Give and go. You're relying on offside defense to come and help you. Unfortunately for CONCAC, no help.
Offensive rebounding the Bulls, but you can see here in the second half it's been the other way. Bulls with 5 blocks in this game also.
But the Bulls are such a great defensive team. They're second in the league behind New York. They hold you to 99 points a game. You know they're going to take care of business. Phil Jackson probably really got that message across at halftime. They're holding the Hawks, but then again, everything with the Hawks is a jump shot now, forced shot. Nothing is down inside. The way they went to that 30 points, they played power basketball below the foul line, and they really gave the Bulls a lot of trouble.
Bulls' biggest lead of the game of 10 with 9:41 remaining. Michael Jordan has 30. Bad pass from Farrell, another Hawks turnover. Tried to go to Dominique down on the block.
Hawks have got to just regroup here. Regroup.
There's one way, a steal by Graham. Dominique to Farrell for the lay-in. Nice offensive transition by the Atlanta Hawks after the steal by Paul Snoopy Graham.
That was a beautiful pass by Dominique. Led him. Great catch.
Going to get Blaylock, Augman, and Willis back in the game in just a moment for Atlanta. 10 to shoot for the Bulls. Now 5. Tucker gets Graham airborne and hits it. Veteran playoff experience. 10-point Bulls lead.
Trent Tucker has been an excellent addition for this basketball team. He's a good defender. Naturally, he shot 40% again in threes. He does it every year in his career.
Henson with the penetration and the kick out. Graham misses everything on the three-point attempt. Grant has 9 rebounds. 8:21 to go in the game. Bulls by 10, looking to build to their biggest lead of the game. Williams backing in. Contact, good defensive play, but Williams puts it right back up again. And the crowd starting to get a little disappointed here at the Omni, and Bobby Weiss calls timeout. Bulls lead it by 12 with 8:06 remaining. Seed 1 and 8 is New York and Indiana, and look at that. Indiana is leading, and John Starks has been ejected from that game. You know, if it's for fighting, you can miss the next game, but we do not know whether or not John Starks will be suspended. He has simply been ejected from the game at Market Square Arena, and the Indiana Pacers are leading the Knicks. Farrell's turnaround jumper.
Now, can they play some defense and make it happen at the defensive end? Because methodically, Chicago running nice time and getting high percentage shots out of this offense.
Augman up in the face of Jordan. Pull-up jumper. Augman runs it down.
There you go.
Willis posted against Paxson. Augman didn't even see him.
Well, it has to be a zone call. You cannot have 2 guys on 1 player for more than 2.9 seconds.
The beauty of that, though, is Scott Williams came over and just told Paxson, "Get out of here. That's my man. Watch this. This
now
is where
keep
the
an
zone
eye on this right
came
here.
from."
Now just watch. Scott Williams is over here saying, "You're not allowed to double team the guy with the ball without the ball."
So that's the second illegal defense against Chicago, and Dominique Wilkins will shoot the technical and miss it. And the Hawks will get the ball on the side. Atlanta is 6 of 15 from the free throw line in this game.
Now, the reason that's so rare is Dominique Wilkins is an 83% foul shooter and has been for most of his career. Big thing is here is you come up with a basket now or get to the foul line again.
Blaylock open for 3. No chance. Jordan skies to get the rebound and lands on his good foot. Jordan missed the last 3 minutes 45 seconds of the third quarter with a sprained ankle. They retaped it. He's back out, but is gimpy. 8 on the shot clock for the Bulls. Wilkins on Jordan this time. It's a clear out, and Dominique is called for the foul.
See, Michael can give that sudden burst. He's like playing with you, playing possum. He's just like moving along, and all of a sudden he'll make that quick move. All right, Dominic naturally put it right in there. That was been a long shot for Michael.
6:46 to go in this ball game. Bulls by 10.
It's a double screen away for Paxson.
Good pass inside. Scott Williams has 9 points.
That's what you miss when Paxson is not around. Very heady player, automatic on the open shots. Most important, he feeds the pivot people.
Hogman penetrating, nowhere to go with it. 10 to shoot for Atlanta. They'll start the offense over again. Hogman fouled on the drive.
Well, he's telling Lee Jones, I got fouled back in here earlier and you didn't call it. Now, he's all upset about that. But the big thing is you can't get the rail. And right now he's lecturing another official who was not in on the initial call.
That's 4 on Michael Jordan.
Hugh Hollins.
Wilkins spinning and spinning. You keep thinking that he's moving the pivot foot. But he draws the foul and will go to the line. The Hawks have to make a run pretty quickly. There's 6:10 left and they're down 12. At this point, you don't get a sense of urgency from the team as Dominique misses his second consecutive free throw.
It's been a nightmare because they have had the opportunities to get on the line. They're 2 for 11 since the first quarter.
Bulls by 11, 6:10 to go. If the Hawks were to make a run, it would have to be started by defense. Let's see if they pick it up at all.
Rod, you always say, the playoffs, you must take care of the defensive boards, play solid defense, make your foul shots.
Bulls wide open inside to Jordan.
I tell you, they're clicking in these 3 games. Their passing is absolutely beautiful. Guys are not forcing shots. They're looking for the cutters who are moving. It's just nice to see. Very unselfish play.
Jordan 17 points in 14 minutes this half. Paxson gets the deflection, 5 to shoot. Blaylock has to throw up a prayer, misses everything. You get a sense that the Bulls are now toying with Atlanta with 5:21 to go and a 13-point lead.
Playoff basketball is getting high percentage shots for your 3 best players in their high percentage areas. And unfortunately for the Hawks, that is not happening.
John Paxson misses a jump shot. He was 10 of 11 shooting the ball coming into this game. Hogman with the drive runs into the triple team and is fouled.
Strong move that time by Hogman. Now, this is what we mean by ball movement. You'll see they'll make the extra pass. Now watch down inside to Michael moving in front of the rim. At playoff time, the teams that survive and move on, they give you the defense, they give you the rebounding, they make the extra passes, right? And what they do is they beat you at the end of the night on easy baskets, whether it's on the break or whether it's on second shots or within their flow.
The Atlanta Hawks at 40% from the free throw line. That foul, by the way, was on John Paxson. Michael Jordan's going to the bench as Trent Tucker comes back in, and I would guess that Michael Jordan is finished for the night unless the Hawks make some kind of run here. Jordan sprained his ankle with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Went out. They had to carry him from the floor. He was in some serious pain. Got retaped and came back in. He goes out with 32 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. and 2 steals.
That's the first time we saw the half-court trap by the Hawks. They're saying, hey, we're right inside of 5 minutes now. We're going to open up, gamble, try everything we can defensively.
Wilkins knocked it away, broke out on the break, but the Hawks couldn't get him the ball. Finally, Wilkins. He's fouled by Grant. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity as he's pulled the Hawks to within 10, 4:27 to go.
You know, most guys would attempt that shot and throw their back out. Now just watch where he goes here. He brings it down, comes around, throws it up, takes the hit. He ended this season with 22,000 points.
27 tonight. And it is a 9-point Bulls lead with 4:25 to go in the game.
Now, I like this because what it's forcing them to do is try something different defensively because they've been moving the ball and hurting you in the offense.
And P.J. Armstrong misses the jumper, and the Hawks have a chance to pull to within 7. Still a little basketball left in Atlanta. Now remember, Jordan went to the bench. Hawks want to play well enough to cause him to have to come back out here. Augmon goes inside and is fouled again. Stacey Augmon taking it harder to the hoop in this game than he has the 2 previous games.
Well, you really have to admire his courage because he continues to go right into the trees and into the shot blockers, and he has that movement with that left hand where he puts it up, brings it back, and then he attacks the rim.
If the Hawks could hit some free throws, you'd be saying that they're getting to some advantage here because the Bulls are in the penalty. The Hawks have committed only 2 team fouls with 3:54 to go in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. Atlanta has pulled to within 7. Game. Augmon going to the line to try to pull the Hawks to within 7 here. Michael Jordan with 3:45 to go in the 3rd quarter injured his ankle, went out, got retaped and came back in, is now on the bench. You're taking a look at it again as how on the right of your screen how he injured that ankle. And Michael got a little bit of a rest. Hawks made a little bit of a run, and guess who's back?
Well, Phil Jordan is saying right now, I'm going all my guns. I'm not going to... If I'm going to get upset here right now, I want all my guys on the floor because they want to win this game so that they can have that additional time off. You have Paxson with the knee, you have Pippen with the ankle, now you have Michael with an ankle.
Hawks have scored 6 straight. Jordan left alone for the jumper. Not this time. Blaylock runs it down. Hawks can pull to within 5 with 3:30 remaining. Jordan went out and the Hawks scored 6 straight points. Well on the drive, and he'll go to the line.
He attacks the basket well off the dribble. He makes things happen when he's in the ballgame. See, by playing 2-man right there with Wilkins, and they're so concerned with Wilkins, he gets to half the step. You got to give this guy a lot of credit. You know, he didn't get drafted by anyone. The Hawks just picked him up as a free agent. He's been able to stay in this league and, you know, make a heavy contribution to this organization for a number of years.
It's a 4-point game with 3:21 to go. Pressure defense. Atlanta has scored 9 straight points. Got the crowd back in this. Atlanta hoping to stay alive in this first-round playoff series.
See, they're down to 10 seconds right now. That time Wilkins gambled. Okay, because he's playing the center position. No, he's playing the big forward position right now. You're going to see him gamble for this over the top. All right, then they come back in and they just crush Horace Grant and they say, big fella, you've got to go to the line and make these foul shots.
That's the 4th on Willis. Horace Grant to the line. He's 5 out of 6 tonight.
He's 62% foul shooter over the year. He and Pippen have struggled on the line all year. But tonight,
6 out of 7. Bulls by 5. 3:04 to go in the game. Scott Williams checking in for Trent Tucker. The Bulls have Scott Williams, Grant, and Pippen on the floor with Armstrong and Jordan. Grant gets them both. It's a 6-point Bulls lead. 3:04 remaining.
Atlanta has 2 timeouts plus a 20. Plus Atlanta has 1 foul to give.
Pippen over the back. That'll be a foul. And the Bulls are in the penalty. Wilkins will go to the line. Normally on the season, Dominique Wilkins is an 83% free throw shooter, but he has been struggling here tonight. He is 4 of 7.
Scottie Pippen, anytime that he plays behind a post guy and you throw the ball in, he will always try to come from the baseline side and make a steal. He's in the top 10 in the league in steals.
Wilkins with 28 tonight. Trent Tucker back in. Williams on the bench for Chicago.
By the Hawks going to this 3/4 court, half-court trap, it has definitely thrown Chicago out of whack here a little bit. And they're running off quite a few seconds before they get into their half-court offense.
And the Bulls lead it by 4 with 2:50 to go, and there's that 3/4 trap.
See, the Bulls are not looking to beat it, they're looking to run time. So you have nothing to lose there.
10 to shoot for Chicago.
They're going down inside. Pippen with Blaylock playing them.
Tucker is open for 3. Wilkins with the rebound. It's off Wilkins. It's going to belong to Chicago. Great play by Michael Jordan as Dominique did not see him coming, and Michael bounced it right off his chest.
Dominique nonchalant at this. Just watch this now. See, he thinks he's got it. The pressure. If Michael does not make that extra effort, he takes it, and they're going down the other end.
Bulls by 4. Big turnover there. Hoffman out in Jordan's face. Armstrong played soft. 8 seconds to shoot. Jordan isolated against Pharrell. Pull-up jumper. Dagger in the heart.
So much for no elevation because of the ankle.
Jordan can do it. Bird could do it. Magic Johnson could do it. They could all stick you just when you thought you were going to survive. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. 6-point Bulls lead. Michael Jordan with the dagger.
Well, he just crossed over twice, and that's a jump back move. But the fact that he shot it inside the 3-point line, the range was incredible on that shot.
Jordan 19 points in 16 minutes this half. He has 19 of Chicago's 41 second half points.
Is that all?
That's it. And the sore ankle. Dominique Wilkins goes for 3. B.J. Armstrong came away with a loose ball.
Now the Hawks have a foul to give before they get into the penalty situation.
I don't know if this is the guy, but he's going to have the ball in his hand. 5 seconds to shoot. He goes for 3. He drains it. Michael Jordan has 37 points. What a performance in this series.
But just think about it since he has come back from the injury. I mean, has he missed the shot? I mean, it's just amazing.
22 points in 17 minutes and a half. The Hawks get a 3 from Pharrell. They're only 2 of 11 from three-point land, and it is a 6-point Bulls lead with 1:03 to go.
Still 6. You have to keep hustling now. There are a number of possessions here. But see, this is smart. Spread him out, give Michael the ball.
1-4.
See, Augman doesn't want to gamble, and he'll just take him one-on-one right now with 4 to go.
Blows right by him, off the glass. No, Hawks have it. Augman on the run.
Chance right
it's
here.
3-on-2. Wilkins to the hoop. The jump hook. No. Wilkins, offensive board. No. B.J. Armstrong, and that symbolizes this series for Dominique Wilkins. A lot of effort and not much to show for it in terms of getting a victory. 26 seconds to go. Bulls by 6. And the Atlanta Hawks are on the brink of elimination.
Hawks are only sitting right. You take that one on the side because it was a foul. The next one will be the penalty. You have 26 seconds left, and you think about if they just would have scored that, you're only down they would have been down 4 with a really solid chance. But once again, you had a 3-on-2, and they ended up with everything on the left side of the floor. The guy on the right lane was wide open.
Augman fouls Jordan, and that'll send him to the free throw line. And the newspapers in Atlanta opened up this morning with, is Bob Weiss going to be fired after the Bulls are knocked out of here? He had to face that this morning as he tried to prepare his Hawks for this Bulls game tonight. Hubie, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, being an ex-coach, it really bothered me because I thought it was it's something that could wait until the season ended. Bobby Weiss had to get his ball club up for tonight's game. And no one likes the fact that they were down 0-2. They just felt that, they hadn't played a good, solid game. And then he has to read that. His family has to read it. Plus, he has to come here then and then put in a day and hope that these guys are going to come out and play the perfect game tonight. Unfortunately, this man on the line has negated all of that.
39 points for Michael Jordan here tonight. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's 16 of 28 from the floor. He's playing on a very sore ankle, and again, he simply refuses to let the Bulls lose. He went to the bench. The Hawks made a 6-0 run. Jordan came back out here and stopped the bleeding. Jordan injured his ankle with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Went out, had to be carried off the floor. Went in and simply got retaped. He's played 9 minutes this quarter, 14 points. That's not to talk about his defense and his rebounding. You said it, Hubie. He's at another level.
Well, I mean, the play on Dominic Wilkins over on the side that forced the ball to go out of bounds, was real big. But then he's also had 3 key rebounds here in the last 2 minutes.
Into Grant for the jam, and that puts the period on the Bulls' sweep of the Hawks and the end of the season for Atlanta. They've been swept out, but they've joined the company of New York 2 years ago, Miami 1 year ago, and now the Hawks have been swept 3-0, and the Bulls move on to the second round to await the winner of the Cleveland, New Jersey series. Our Budweiser player of the game, could there be any question? Michael Jordan with 39.7 rebounds, 14 in 9 minutes after spraining his ankle. Final score 98-88, and we'll be back.